Hey everyone, I spoke in the last video about how, in my opinion, I feel as though designer bags are sort of slipping a little bit from popularity and more of us are looking at non-designer. But one thing I think we are also looking at are pre-loved in particular, but that Y2K vibe, because I really think that Louis Vuitton have massively resurrected that. Y2K was already a vibe last year, but I think that with the return of the Murakami range from Louis Vuitton, that hype around the old Y2K styles has really gone through the roof. So I'm going to share with you some of my favourite Y2K bags that I own. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for them as well, because some of them I bought back in the day. Like one bag was £400, and when I show you what it is, you're going to scream. But I also thought I would share with you some like quite cool things at the moment, which are Labubus. And how many of you have heard of these? I'm sure loads of you have, but I've got quite the collection, including I've got a meatball. That's what this is called. How cute's that? Look at his little face, so cute. And I also have got, what is this? A Bayo Ao. So there, the difference is there. And basically what you do is you hang these from your bag, and the Labubus can be quite difficult to get. They're collectible, and that's why I've put them in a plastic case so they don't get dirty or ruined. And I'll tell you where I got the plastic case from, because some of you have actually asked me that question yourself. So one of my first favourite Y2K bags, and I bought this back in 2009, and it's this from Gucci. It's a Boston bag in the Gucci canvas, the double G print, and on the other side it's got studs along here. And you know the story behind this bag? This bag was £400, and I remember it took me so long to save up for it. So this came out in 2009. It was a Valentine's limited edition that was available in the February, but it went up on the website in the November of the year before, and you could put your name down on a list for it and leave a deposit. And I remember they took the deposit in the February. So you put your name down and then they confirmed your place, which they confirmed for me. And I had between November and February to save up the money. And I remember it was like, for me to save up £400 was a lot of money. But I did it. And then I got the link through when the bag was available, and they were like, oh, you can go and pay now. And then I had the money to go and pay. And I'll never forget when it turned up in the post. I was so excited, and this bag caused a little bit of envy as well, because it was so hard to get, and because it was just, to me, this is such a cool bag. I absolutely love it. And even on the hearts, it's got the Gucci double G print there. So really nice. And you've got like pale, like champagne gold, darker, kind of like silvery down here. And I just love how this looks. And it's even got it on the side, look, little charm hanging off the side there. Great size bag. I've used it to death. I still feel like that looks good. Now, do you know one sentimental bag for me that it is one of my favorites, and I'm so glad that in my opinion, this has come back round again, because I haven't worn it. Well, I've actually never worn this bag. This bag is from 2006. It has never been used, for a reason I'm going to tell you about, and it's in a Louis Vuitton dust bag. It's actually not, it's Dior. And it is this, the GAUCHO bag in the gold. How many of you remember this? I do feel like this bag has dated really badly, but the story behind this bag, every bag I have has had a story. My husband bought me this when we first started going out. So we started going out in February, and then in November it was my birthday, and I'd had a really horrible day at work, I remember, and I came home really late, because I've always worked in marketing and it's normal that you work really late. And I got in through the front door, and he'd like cooked dinner, and he was like, oh, go and get changed, like put on your pajamas, chill out. And he was like, there's something for you, I've put it on the bed. And I go into the bedroom, and there's a big Dior bag, carrier bag on the bed. And I had no words. I would never forget that feeling. I had no money. I'd always dreamed of a designer bag. And suddenly there was a designer bag there. And he came in the bedroom behind me and he was like, you've got to open it. He was more excited than I was. He'd picked this himself. This was, you could get this in brown, cream, and in this, which is gold. And actually, if you look really close up, there's glitter in it. They're sort of speckled, I'm really hoping that's showing on there, but they're sort of speckled glitter. Also on the back as well. It's like iridescent, basically, iridescent. And here's what happened. I was using this bag all the time. And I went out one evening with some friends and we were like in a club. And I had this on my shoulder like this. And the handle came off. Like the rivets that hold the handle on obviously failed. And the whole thing came off. And I was having to hold it under my arm and like hold the handle on like this. And David actually picked me up that evening and I showed him the bag and he was like so disappointed that it happened. And we took it back to Dior and they just gave me a new one. And I'd already been using the bag for probably about 6 months to a year by that point. And so I thought, right, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to keep it fresh. And that's what I did. But I do think that now I'm going to dig this out and use it. In fact, I'm going to leave this out of my bag cupboard. I'm just going to put it there because he also got me the matching shoes, the matching belt and the matching wallet like the next year for Christmas. Can you believe that? I was just like absolutely mind blown, but the generosity, I was not expecting that, and I love that bag for that reason, like that story behind it. Okay, another favourite bag of mine, before we talk about the Murakami range, because I do have pieces from that. Obviously that's back in fashion big time right now. But the Fendi Spy bag, I love this bag, you know. I absolutely love how this looks, and I really wanted this bag back in the early 2000s, but obviously I had no money, so I couldn't get it. And this actual bag came up on Farfetch a couple of years ago. 2021, I think it was, and it was such a good price that I jumped on it. It was like about £500 and I felt that that was a good deal for it. It was also, I never liked the one that had like that lipstick case bit that hung off the front on the flap. That was never the one I wanted. I always wanted this one in the canvas with the double Fs all over it. And I jumped straight on it. Let me show you some close-ups. Look at this handle along here as well, just along there. There you can see it more. And I love this bag. And then round here, it's got Fendi written on it just there. Then another one of my favourites is this. This is a mini Dior Boston bag. So if I do a size comparison of this versus the Gucci one, you can see the size difference there. This I found in Japan. It's quite crinkled, but it would be it for the age, and also it was in my suitcase for like 16 hours all crushed. So I have stuffed it here, and I'm hoping that the more I use it, the more it's gonna return to how it was when I saw it in the shop. But I love how this looks. This was £385, and it comes with obviously the gold hardware, but on the other side it also comes with its original padlock. If I just straighten that up so you can see, so the padlock there. And actually, if I come in closer, the padlock has Dior written on it. And it's just such a cute little bag. And it's really lightweight as well. So like when you use it, you're not weighed down. A lot of these bags from back in the day were so well made that they could be heavy. This isn't like it, and I really like this. And this is a bag that, before I went to Japan, I was actually looking for this bag in either this or in the blue. And then I went to this one particular store in Japan, just looking to look around really, and they had it. And when I heard the price, that was when I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to have that. So that's a really cute little bag. Now moving on, let's do a Murakami piece. And I'm not going to talk about this and my regrets about this, because I've already told you my regrets about this, but I still love it all the same. Now with the Murakami pieces, I did a video on this. But if you are thinking, if you didn't see that video and you are thinking about buying anything from this collection, I would be very wary of the white pieces. I have got a white piece from 2010. I've used it a couple of times, but it's covered in dye transfer from storage, not even from wear. And I just think the white absorbs colour so easily, and even though the white's beautiful, I personally, if I was going to buy something from it, I'd probably go with the black, just because it's more hard wearing and you're not going to see any dye transfer on it. but this is like, it reminds me of, is it the Métis? Kind of reminds me of that, like that satchel design. And I will say it's in really good condition. That's one thing I am pleased about it. It's in basically like a new condition, and I am going to start wearing this. The only other problem with these collections is that I find that the Murakami, well, some of the Y2K stuff can be quite hard to style, because back then, if you imagine like the Paris Hilton outfits of like boho pink tops with low-rise jeans, like bags like this just went with that, but now we don't dress like that, so we're trying to backwards work these bags into looks where the bags just don't fit, in my opinion, or it's very difficult to get it to fit. But I'm still going to use that. I'm still going to enjoy that. I cannot not talk about the Dior saddlebag. This is actually new. So this is from 2019, I think I got this. So it's not one of the originals, but this is another bag that's really made a comeback. And I feel like when they... I feel as though Dior almost did the same thing that Louis Vuitton have done. So I think, in my opinion, Louis Vuitton have seen the resale market and that people are after the original Murakami pieces. And I feel like in a way Louis Vuitton maybe needed to refresh and come back with something that was going to excite everyone again, and it's definitely done that. But I feel as though the saddlebag was another example of that, where there was interest in the pre-loved pieces from back in the day. Dior saw it and thought, yeah, that's a sure thing, let's bring that back. And I do and I don't like this bag. It's actually quite an annoying one to use because everything slides to this bottom bit and there's a big seam through the middle, so you can't actually get loads in it. But it is a cute bag and I'm glad I have it. And then finally, I had to do this at the last point because this is like something to show you. And if you've been with me a while, you've already seen this, but this is a Murakami piece from 2010. And this is why I'm telling you not to go for the white, because if I flip this around and come in closer and show you, it's covered in dye transfer from storage, not even from wear, from being stored next to a bag that was a darker colour. So if I show you here, we've got some dye transfer along there. There is some more there. It's also all along here. That's a really bad bit there, actually. It's there. It goes all the way down here. It's on one of the corners over on this side. It's just there. And this is what I'm saying. Although the white pieces are really beautiful, just if you're going to buy anything that is from the collection that's like a white design, just be so careful with it, because in my opinion, this particular canvas sucks up dye transfer. And it gets, and some of you have said, can I use an eraser on it? I've tried that. I've tried rubbing alcohol, I've tried an eraser, I've tried literally everything that everyone is saying. Nothing is getting that off. That is embedded in there for life now. And it's a shame. I'm glad it's on the reverse so that when I wear it, you can't see it. But it's an annoying thing, and yes, it's put me off buying any new pieces from that collaboration. The only thing that I would say, actually no, I'm not going to tell you what I would buy from that because that's going to go in another video, but it has put me off buying. Okay, let's talk about these Labubus, because you might be like, what is that? Okay, let's use this bag as an example. These come in what's called blind boxes. So you go to Popmart, you can go online, they've got an Amazon, but they've got stores as well around the world. And you buy like a little box and you don't know, there's like a series of characters in it and you don't know which one you're gonna get. And when we went to Singapore, I went into Popmart and I bought one of these blind boxes, not really knowing what it was. And we went to a park around the corner and I sat in the sunshine with David and I opened this box, and when I opened it, this was in there. I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. So do you know what I did? I went back to the store and I bought a few more. And I bought some for my nieces and nephews, bought another one for my bag. So I ended up also getting the little brown one as well. And what you do is actually one of my favorites, where is it? This one's my favorite. This is called a meatball. And I think that that's so cute. He's like dressed as a panda. What you do is you attach it to your bag as like a charm. This actually looks better. I've seen people hang these on Birkins, like the Birkin 35, the bigger one. And on a bigger bag, they look really good. But the Labubus, these can be quite hard to come by, and there's so many fakes out there. So I would say be very careful if you're going to buy any off eBay or the like. I personally got really lucky and bought some off Popmart. There was none left in Singapore. They were all sold out over there. But this is basically what they look like. And I've just got mine in this clear case to keep it clean and so that there's no dirt goes on it. And I absolutely love these. I think that they're so weird, but they're so cute. And I also got this yellow one, which is sitting down. I know it's bizarre. I know it's really weird, but there's something about it I really like. Let me know, are you like a Labubu obsessed? And did you know about the other types you can get? Like, this is called a Bao. Yes, Bao. And then the other one that I showed you is a meatball. I just love how they look. They're so cute. So sweet. I love wearing these on my bags. I'm always changing them up as well when I take out a different bag. Some bags, they don't work on at all. They don't look good. But others, they look quite cute and they just add a certain something. So anyway, that is everything. Let me know, have any of these bags been your favourites? With any of these bags, back in the day, did you really want them? And do you have them now? A bit like me, particularly with the Fendi Spy, I really wanted that bag, and then I finally got it all these years later. And I would love to know if you're the same. Has this happened to you? Are you going to go and buy from the Murakami range at Louis Vuitton? Let me know. I want to know all of it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.